And welcome to another KATcast with Mother's Day coming up. I guess we're talking all things mom this week.
We are.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, because ain't many things in this world better than mom, you know?
You can forget Father's Day, but Mother's Day, you forget Mother's Day.
I hate to say it, but it's true.
Big time trouble for you.
I hate this. It's
in
true.
our household, you forget both, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Listen, it's funny, too, because typically if you forget Father's Day, your mom's the one that's mad at you for forgetting Father's
Dad's
Day.
like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you don't need to give me nothing.
No, well, I'm sure we'll be talking about Father's Day as we get closer to about
absolutely.
dads and all. But, no, it's kind of thought maybe it might be a nice chance for us to pay tribute to our own moms. And, you know, like as Jordan pointed out before we began this today, everybody comes from a mom.
Yeah, absolutely. Every human being on this world came from a woman, you know?
That's right, one way or another, you know? So in some cases, better situations than others.
Yes.
You know? But although if you're one of those people who says, my mom's situation, you know what? Maybe you had a grandmother. Mm-hmm. Maybe you had an aunt. Maybe you had a family friend who was a mother figure to you, you know? Mom doesn't necessarily always have to be the one from whose body you came out of, you know. So Erin's got a great mom. Oh my gosh,
she's not too shabby.
Yeah, she is. She is pretty darn good.
We call it Lil Wheezy. By the way, we have a nickname for Erin's mom, Lil Wheezy.
Wheezy, yes.
It's Louise. Yeah, we call her Lil Wheezy.
Her mom's gonna talk to her.
Not that my mom's a rapper or anything like that.
Little Wheezy.
She's 80, so no, she's not a rapper.
Erin, I understand they were calling me a rapper on your podcast. No, Mom, they weren't. They were
Ma.
They were just having
Your
fun.
mom's such a sweetheart. She'll all the time. She'll get stuff for us. Like she'll be like, she'll drop stuff off at the station for us.
It's true.
Here's some snacks for y'all to enjoy. Have fun.
It's true.
Have a good day.
I know. Like it's like the adult equivalent of dropping off cupcakes for the class.
Yes.
She'd bring like milkshakes or something
It's
for all
true.
of us.
Erin's mom all the time dropping off little care packages, and we're all like, "Yeah, this is great."
Whenever she comes by in her vehicle, you know, I mean, like I've seen her, and I have to run out and just give her a hug. She's just like the sweetest lady. She really is. So, you got yourself a good one there, that's for sure. You know,
she is not awful.
Well, I guess
she is not awful.
Are you doing anything special for Mother's Day?
I mean, I know we're supposed to go out there.
Set up.
Well, I mean, no. I mean, this holiday will not be ruined because I am not on call for weather this time.
There you go.
I can actually plan something, buy stuff, and actually attend this time.
That's right. That's a special thing that happens here at the radio station. That you know. So
Easter this last time I got catering and you know paid for it and all this good stuff, and then got called in because we had like all kinds of tornado warnings and stuff, and you know, it's like Mom wasn't quite grasping that I was not coming to Easter. She's like, so you're gonna come out later? No, Mom, this is like happening all afternoon. I'm not coming to dinner, but you're gonna come out later. No, Mom, no, because whenever I'm done, it's gonna be time for me to go home and finally, you know, maybe get some rest.
I can't explain this any better.
So you'll be out later. No, I'll probably be out tomorrow at some point. I'll come out tomorrow. How about that? So, yeah.
You know, I mean, like, and Jordan kind of alluded to it. For moms, you know, what do we usually get? We get candy or we get, you know, gifts of some kind. But we've talked about it on the air. What's the number one thing, Erin? We talked about it, that moms want for Mother's Day.
Mine? Jewelry.
That's a whole, you know.
My mom would walk around. My mom would walk around like Mr. T if it was socially acceptable.
We're
going to get into that in a little bit, I promise.
Her mother aside, okay? They want to just be able to do what they want to do. You know, I mean, that goes for probably their birthday or Mother's Day or whatever. You know, it's like not have to, do household chores or clean or whatever. You know.
You're like, you know how you always are taking care of the kids? This day, you're not going to do that. You're going to do whatever you want to do besides that.
Right. Yeah. Although, honestly, when it comes to Father's Day, a lot of times dads say the same thing, too. Like, what do you want? Oh, I just want to be able to do what I want today. I want to sit and watch the game, let me go fishing, whatever. You know, that kind of thing.
Well, here's the deal. My parents are 80s. So they pretty much do whatever they want to do anyway.
Nobody's telling them what to do.
We're lucky if they know exactly what day it is. I mean, I could go out there and they're like, you know, my dad's like, What are you doing out here? Well, I'm off today. Oh, it was it Saturday? No, Dad, it's Sunday. Oh, no kidding.
Really? Today's Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. I lost a day somehow.
Yeah, but I mean, they're retired, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they
That's probably easy
do whatever
to do.
they want to do.
You know, when you don't get up every day and have that same routine, like of going to work and everything, it probably is easy to lose a day. Wait a minute, it's Thursday already?
Yeah. Well, every day kind of almost becomes the same day,
true.
right? You're like, what day is it actually? I feel like I've done this day already a couple times.
We're talking about moms today. Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday. I will tell you, I was blessed with, I think, a woman who her highest and greatest purpose in life was to be a mother. I mean, that was what she took the greatest pride in. She raised the three of us. She would tell us what to do, and she got angry at us and everything. But man, God save you if you were somebody else outside the family that got mad at us. Because my mom, she was Mama Bear.
Oh, yeah.
She would take none of it from somebody else. Like, these are my kids. I'm going to be the one to say how they're raised. And but my mom was one of these moms that she I'm going to be honest, she never wanted any of us to leave the house. Okay.
I think all moms are like that.
Yeah, secretly.
I don't know. I think moms are, it's like if you find your son meets a nice girl and you like her, okay, then you're happy for him to move on and live the rest of his life. My mom, no, not so much. Even the greatest girl in the world, and I feel like I did marry one, she would have been happy to just have my brother, my sister, and myself home with her for the rest of her life. That was just how she was, you know. She came from parents who came from the old country, from Armenia, so very, very old-fashioned like that, very, very traditional. She learned the old country language. She could speak it fluently, and a little bit of it rubbed off on us, too. Armenian and Turkish and everything. And she was an amazing seamstress. My mom could make clothes like no one. We actually wore clothes when we were kids that she made. Like, she would have the material and she knew how to make it. She used to use those simplicity sewing patterns. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my gosh, please tell me that she would dress you all alike. Like, she would just get...
Sometimes.
Y'all had matching outfits?
I know we have pictures of us somewhere. Of even my sister, my brother and sister, and myself. I don't know. We could have been the
that is so cool.
Dwarves in Snow White or Seven.
Well, you know, you're talking about how like your mom wanted you all to live under the same roof. My mom was the same way. You know, I'd gotten divorced at 34, and I remember. I mean, the ink wasn't even dry on the papers. My mom's like, "You want to move back home?"
There you go.
No.
You sure?
I'm good. Are you sure?
Are you sure?
I mean, you know, you
still got your room the same.
You can if
Haven't
you
changed
want
it.
to. You know, I got remarried. You know, and then one of the first times the husband and I came out, and my mom's like, well, "You know, you kids could move in if you need to save money." And I'm like, "We're established adults. We have a little money. You know, we're okay." Meanwhile, my dad's in the kitchen going, "No,
It's not moving me.
you don't need to move in." But yeah, there's just something about moms.
No,
and my
that's
mom,
true.
she said the other day, she said, if it was up to me, I would have all you kids move in with your spouses, and we could all just live here.
I'm telling. I was exactly the opposite too. When my kids
cramped.
moved out, I was like, "Hey, can I help you carry that?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, listen, some
All
moms
three
are
of them.
like that. Some moms they want their family back in their house. They want to be able to cook a big meal
yeah.
every single day. They like providing for the whole.
They never
like
want to
providing in
lose that
way.
mothering.
Yeah. They love to
routine.
just, their belly's full with everybody. They just want everyone. Yeah, I could.
Yeah,
There's
it
a
gives
lot
them
of
purpose.
it
and it's a great thing. Moms, we love you, man, for doing that.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think too. For forever, that's what a mom's life is.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the kids grow up, move away, and then it's like you take that away from mom, right?
Yeah.
You really do. We all we move out. We're like, yay. But we don't really think about, dang, that probably was pretty rough on our mom.
And it's true. It's true. And there does come a time. I mean, I'm the only one here who's lost his mom. I mean, my mom, we lost her in September of 2010. And man, once you lose your parents, I mean, and again, it's a hard thing to explain to somebody that it hasn't happened to, but man, there is a hole in you that never leaves. It's just like, because your parents are, man, your mom and dad, they're the ones you came from.
Yeah.
So you as you go on, you move past it and you celebrate, in your heart. But man, something about losing a parent is just.
I was with my mom all the time.
Tell me about your mom.
Yeah, so my dad, he worked in law enforcement, so my dad had like crazy hours. A lot of time he was working till past midnight, had overnight shifts. So I just didn't see. I was at school. I kind of came home and it was just me and my mom until I went to bed. Dad got home real late, And so we did everything with my mom. I was cooking with my mom. I helped clean. I probably was more a detriment to that. I was helping clean, probably making the mess while she was actively cleaning my messes.
Let me guess, Jordan, is this where you cleaned? Okay.
But I remember dancing with my mom. She'd always be dancing with me when we were younger. My sister came into the story. My mom and my sister, again, because my dad would work a lot, they'd like take over the TV, and I remember them watching like old school Bachelor. I'm talking like season 1, 2 of The Bachelor. Yeah. And of course, I was around, I was there, and so I'm like, what's this? But we got to watch The Bachelor. We're watching The Bachelor. And secretly, I loved it. I'm just going to be straight up.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Because night one, everyone's like, I love you. It's like you loved the booze that you were getting. All the free drinks is what you love. You weren't in love with this person. But anyway, I just, there's a lot of memories like that I have of watching all these things with my mom. And she, heck, a lot of times too, my mom would even, I'd go to work with her because, the cash was pretty tight, so we didn't have any babysitter or anything. So there'd be times where I spent all day long while my mom was working all day too.
No, it's true. Mm-hmm. No, it's funny. My mom loved dancing too. She was one that, and she grew up and she liked the music for the most part that we listened to as kids. Like, in the 70s, a lot of pop stuff and everything. Yeah. And the song would come on, she goes, "Oh, I like this song. This is a jazzy number. I like this." That was like her thing. She loved dancing. I mean, for my mom to go, for my dad to take her out dancing, that was like the greatest thing. She'd probably rather do that than go to dinner. Tell you the truth. That was her big thing.
I'll tell you my mom's favorite thing now to do. She loves to watch QVC is her thing. It'll be like 7:30 p.m. My mom is sitting there in bed with her little glasses on, with her wallet beside her, watching QVC, ready for a product tomorrow. and so it's funny because me and my wife will every once in a while we'll fall asleep to QVC, and I'm like, "You think Mom's buying this one?"
More than likely.
There is something cool about buying something from QVC. You ever bought anything from QVC?
Oh yeah,
bought a couple things in my life.
And trust me,
for the most part, it's turned out.
And my mom does too.
Well. Yeah,
I go over there every week, and I'm like, I saw that last week on QVC, and she goes, "They're comfortable, got the brand new shoes."
A couple times, my wife and I was like, I go, "Oh, I like that." She goes, "You want to go buy that?" And I'm just hoping to get on the air with them because I want to talk on TV. That's all. But
so, Mom, we'd always ask Dad, "So, what are you gonna get Mom for Mother's Day?" And he'd always have the standard line, "She's not my mom."
Oh, that's true though.
Yeah,
that's true. I subscribe to that.
Dad, come on.
I don't get my wife Mother's Day things.
She made you a father.
It doesn't matter. She's not my mother. The
doesn't
kids
matter.
Get her something.
She made you a father.
She's their mother. That's all. Just like I don't expect her to get me something for Father's Day.
I don't expect to get something for Father's Day. But you know what?
We changed my dad's mind on that one.
I was like, I will be getting my wife something for Mother's Day because, like,
good man, Jordan.
She's the mother of my children.
You're making us all look bad, man.
It's Mother's Day. She's the mother of my children. She deserves a gift.
Just like the, what do they call them? The push gifts now? When somebody gives birth, you're supposed
heard that.
For pushing a life out or whatever. It's like, really? Really? I
don't see you doing it, Hilly.
Are we merchandising that much now? That, you know what I mean? It's like everything has a price tag on it.
Something tells me if you could do it, Hilly, you'd probably want a present too.
No.
Hey, it's a we love you gift, and it's a thank you for putting up with me and the kids all day, every day.
So my mom, she actually didn't join the workforce until I went to kindergarten. So back in the day, kids, kindergarten was only half a day. Little Aaron Hart went to morning kindergarten. So my mom worked the morning, so she would meet me as I'd get off the bus.
Right.
So she'd work a half day, that year. And then I want to say until I was in third grade, she worked until 3 p.m., and then she'd meet us as we'd get off the bus. And then I think it was about fourth grade that I became a latchkey kid, but I had older brothers. So, we'd only be home for like an hour and a half or something like that until Mom would get home. But, before all that, I mean, I remember, growing up and soap operas were like a big deal.
Yeah.
Young and the Restless, and Bold and the Beautiful, and Guiding
Days
Light.
of Our Lives.
All that stuff, so lots of fond memories doing that. And of course, she's the one who taught me how to cook, and then making sure that dinner got started before, once we got home, and she'd get home, and then she would take over if need be. And then as we got older, we would have dinner finished before she would get home, unless it was something really difficult. Then we were like, no, we're not doing that.
My mom loved seafood. And I probably get my love of seafood from her. I don't know. And she knew how to break crabs apart like crazy. My wife and I, once we were in Maryland, and we drove, we had spent some time, and we got a bunch of Maryland crabs, and we brought them home to my mom. Now, let me tell you, my mom was not a drinker. She did not like booze of any kind, except if she was eating crabs. Then she'd have a beer. Beer with crabs, for her, that was okay. And we brought crabs home, and she broke them up for us, and she just knew how to separate. And there she is with a glass of beer right next to it, Oh, yeah. That was her thing. And that's a happy memory.
Man, I remember that. I remember eating a lot of, funny enough, you brought up a memory of me. Or so my mom and dad, way back when the Isle of Capri first opened up, like way back in the day, they used to have like unlimited seafood nights on Fridays.
Remember.
Oh,
yes.
Man, they bring
when they
out
had the buffet.
They bring out crab legs on a plate that's stacked this high. You'd be like,
I've had
heaven.
those. Fabulous, man.
Yeah,
that sounds terrible.
Yeah, that would kill Aaron.
Seafood galore. But I remember, mom and dad would try to do that for us, like every week, like every Friday. We'd try to go do that, get a couple crab legs.
What a treat, man.
Growing up, we did everything. I mean, everything was homemade. Food-wise, we made our own bread. We canned everything. Mom did all that. We had a huge garden, but Mom always made beer bread. And that's always
bread.
And that's before I knew I was allergic to wheat. So here I'm getting plied with all kinds of great,
have more, Aaron.
Deliciousness. Okay, yeah. I mean, it was fantastic. There was no better smell than coming in from playing outside and smelling that beer bread. Baking in the oven.
See, something my mom adopted, it was every single Sunday, and we would go to my grandparents a lot, but every Sunday we would eat supper with my grandma and grandpa. And that was just something that my mom really loved to do. It's something that I actually would like to get back into, just once a weekend to hang out with the grandparents.
Oh, yeah.
And I loved it. I mean, literally religiously every Sunday. We were probably at Grandma and Grandpa's all day long, but that was something that my mom established, and it was just something I loved. I remember one time it was like we had spaghetti. Grandma would always make everything from scratch, homemade stuff, right? Sometimes we'd have ham and beans, homemade potato soup. We'd have like fried zucchini. I mean, it was all sorts of good stuff. But I remember one time my grandma made like wheat spaghetti, and my grandpa was like, "What is this? This isn't spaghetti." It's like she's just like, "Frank, you're gonna eat it.
And you're gonna love it."
In like the late '80s, early '90s, there was like a huge craze. I mean, wheat was where it was at.
Yeah. Oh my god! Right in your wheelhouse.
Oh yeah, because at that time we didn't know. I wasn't breaking out in hives at that point, but it's almost like little Aaron Hart had low-grade narcolepsy. I would just fall asleep, and when I do eat wheat, that is kind of like one of my symptoms. Before I break out into hives, I get real sleepy. And if I'm somewhere comfortable, I'll zonk out.
Oh my God.
But I mean, we were even making cakes out of wheat flour. That was not uncommon. Cookies. Yeah, because they were touting how healthy
it
was. So that's what we were doing.
Something else.
Were they good? Not really.
No, but you know what?
Dense.
Super dense.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Very thick.
Yeah, but if Dad said, "Hey, try this," Mom would be like, "Okay."
I remember too, my mom, we'd go to like shopping or whatever. She'd take me to the Columbia Mall at the time at Target. And Target used to have like this it was like a little coffee shop, but it's not like what they have now.
Right.
And they would always have these like insane peanut butter cookies. My mom would always buy us.
Big honking things,
that would melt in your mouth.
Oh my
so
gosh.
Good. My mom also makes this thing. We call it hobo stew. I don't even know if there's an actual like name for this. We called it hobo stew because it's all cheap ingredients in here. So it's like ground beef,
it's
tomatoes.
Like a shepherd's pie sort of thing?
Kind of. So like ground beef, tomato sauce. It has corn in it. It has like some brown sugar. My
That
mom
sounds
put in
good.
it. It's real
It really
good,
sounds
man.
good.
And so like, I remember all my friends, they loved this dish. My mom would make this, and it was like legendary. Like everyone would come over, and they'd all be like, "Can your mom make that hobo stew?" And to this day,
We have a real hobo outside waiting,
to
okay?
this day, my mom's like, "Guess what I made? Hobo stew." I'm like, "Can I sit down for dinner?" You know?
Oh, my God.
And I'll be taking photos, sitting to my friends, and my friends are like, "This isn't fair. This isn't right."
You know, it's funny. Mothers and fathers often become grandmothers and grandfathers.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay? And I will tell you that there is a freedom that grandparents have that mom and dad, especially probably mom, never did. I'll give you an example. A while back, we my oldest grandson, he wanted something at the store. I forget what it was, but he wanted something, and he said to my wife, "Hey, Grandma, can I have blah blah blah?" And she goes, "Yeah, sure. We'll go to the store and get that." My daughter's like, "You don't know what kind of spell you have over Grandma, but she never said that for me." Okay, it's just like something. There's like a certain privilege that you get as a grandchild. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know. I've witnessed that too. Where you sit there, you're like, "You would have whooped me if I would have done that," and yet they got snacks.
My kids, when they were growing up, they used to say, "I'm going to go live with Nan and Pop, my wife's parents. I'm going to go live with Nan and Pop." And my wife would say to them, "You don't realize this Nan and Pop are not the same Nan and Pop that I grew up with, okay?" Oh, they're all sunshine and roses now, you know.
Right.
They are not the same as when I was a kid.
They're well seasoned now.
Exactly.
I was just giving my mom crap the other day about this, where it's like, I was thinking of every time she sent us over to Grandma's house, you know, we come back with all sorts of stuff. Of
course you
goodies,
did.
cookies,
Yeah.
sweets. Like she'd always send us home with a care package, right?
Absolutely.
And so now every time I send the kids over to my mom, and it's same thing. It's always like, they're like loaded with all. I'm like, "You've become Grandma. You really have become Grandma."
You just pass it on.
Hey, I'm 47 years old. I went to my parents yesterday. Not only did they feed me snacks,
Right.
like cuties and some lunch meat, but I walked out with a grocery bag of canned peas,
Oh.
green beans, a jar of peanut butter, and I think a can of beans.
Erin was telling
I didn't
the
need
story.
any of it, but okay, cool.
She was telling the story on the air this morning on the show about how your dad was like, "Oh, here, how about have some of these, you know? And how about, no, I'm really full. Wow, how about this? You know, it's like one thing after another.
It's like they have this urge to feed me, and it's like I'm trying to lose a few lbs. You know, we don't always have to feed the Aaron every time I come over, but finally I just get exhausted, and I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll eat a little something.
They just wear you down. That's what
I
it
still,
is.
as a grown man, find myself when I'm at my mom and dad's house raiding their pantry like I'm a little kid
Oh, yeah.
still. I'm still
Yeah.
like, I'm like, "Hey, open up you're like, like the Taj Mahal. And
That's
they're
true.
like, "Oh, little Debbie snack cakes."
No,
like,
it's true.
all this stuff that
I
I'm
used
like,
to go over
it's
to
like
my
they
mom's
knew I
house.
was coming.
Absolutely. You open it. Something about your mom's house always has plenty of stuff. I don't know what it is. It's always there, you know?
Are you hungry? No, not really. I have a cutie anyway.
Yeah. And she would make certain things too. Like she knew how to make rice pilaf in the old country way, okay? And my wife learned to make it from my mom, so she could make it the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I made the mistake once early on in our marriage of telling my mom, "Hey, I think," talking about Donna, my wife, she goes, "I think she makes it better than you do." And my wife's like, "Don't you dare say that!" No, he's only kidding. It's like the worst thing he could say, you know?
Your mom's just growing horns. "I don't like Donna no more."
So we're talking about moms and, Mother's Day coming up. And if you want to share about your mom or your thoughts on Mother's Day or whatever, we'd love to hear from you,
Yeah, you can always send us an email, catcountry@mailzimmer.com, or just leave us a comment right below.
There you go. And here's our moms. There we go. We're thinking of and remembering our moms and all that as we celebrate Mother's Day. And a very happy Mother's Day to you if you're a mom, or to your mom, or to all the moms watching and listening.
Absolutely.
Say happy Mother's Day. And thanks for watching this edition of the KATcast.